Hey everybody, this is your girl Erica from the Classy Clown blog. This one might step on some toes and I don't care. It's a little bit of a rant. We want the outcomes of two-parent family homes in our community, but we don't want to listen to the children of those people. We don't want to hear from them. And I experience that. No matter where I go on YouTube, in other places, in other spaces, let me just go there. My conversation and what I have to put in is valued. But you come over to our community, as a couple people used to say in the manosphere, you come over here to the community, oh, we don't want to hear from that. We want to encourage women not to be single mothers and to marry and be wives and all that stuff. But as soon as they are wives, we disregard what they have to say on the internet completely. We say, why are you on the internet? Why aren't you dealing with your husband and kids, right? That's what we do. And then when we talk to people like myself who come from a two-parent family home, and or I think somebody was posting about boomers. I probably can go pull that up on Instagram where they were complaining about boomers have all this wealth. Boomers have 21% of the wealth. Put that here, Peter. 21%, big on the screen. Gen X, which is 40 to 59 years old. Put that on the screen, Peter. Gen X, 40 to 55 years old, have 9% of the wealth. Okay. Then we have millennials, which is 26 to 39. Okay, really technically millennials are 40-ish years. So put 26 to 40 on the screen, Peter. Millennials have 6% of the wealth. And they were complaining, oh man, the boomers, they set us up. They failed us. Oh, the boomers. And when you simply point out the fact that majority of boomers are what? They've kept a job. One, put it on the screen, Peter, kept a job. Two, married. Three, bought a home. When you point that out, people go insane. They go crazy. When you have Ben Shapiro put his picture here, Peter, Ben Shapiro point out that if you want to stay out of poverty, and the numbers back it up, even for Black people, graduate high school, have a job for full time for a year, and then also don't have kids outside of marriage. When it comes to white folks, put it here, Peter, 22% of white married folks live in poverty. 22%, put a big 20% here. Only 9% of Black married folks live in poverty. So already, if you're married, it's an 81% chance that you and your spouse will live well. You will not be in poverty. I mean, that is amazing. That's amazing. So if you're white, it's barely a 77% chance that you might not live in poverty. But if you're Black, it's almost a guaranteed you won't be in poverty. Now, there's going to be some people out here like, nah, Eric, I was married to my husband and this, and we was in poverty. And baby, then you're the 9%. Okay. So they put that again. Compared to white marriages, 22%, put on the screen, Peter, 22% of white married folks live in poverty. Only 9% of Black married folks live in poverty. Now, here's the issue, and here's what I have to say. We'll go all over this internet, and we created echo chambers of victimization. My mama didn't do this. My daddy didn't do this. They didn't do that. They didn't do this. And these people are anywhere from 25 to 45 years old. At what point do you become an adult? At what point are you responsible for yourself? At what point can any of us turn to you and say, well, okay, son, that's what happened to you when you were 15. You're 50 years old now. Now is the time. Now is the time to go on. Now, of course, people will go make these outrageous, well, you got Bill Gates and all these people and their parents gave them a loan, and Bill Zuckerberg and all these people that you will never be like. Never be like. They did a study for 25 years watching Hispanic children in Texas. Guess what? Almost 95% of those children did exactly what their parents did when they got over. 95%. Put it on screen, Peter. 95%. If you go actually look up the enlisted ranks in the military, U.S. Armed Forces, all branches, I think it's 85% of their enlistments come from the children of enlisted members. 85%. Why? Because people do what their parents showed them. So when you see the Steph Currys, when you see the basketball players who, we joke Klay Thompson and a lot of these light-skinned, mixed children, basketball players, Black dad, white mom, They're second generation basketball players. Of course, they're making millions of dollars. Of course, they have a ton of sponsorships. Of course, Stephen Curry's holding up every ad. Peter put something up here. He's holding up Dannon yogurt, whatever, up here. Now, is LeBron more dominant, more famous, more all these things? Sure. But Steph Curry already have the blueprint from the parents. And so in our community, it's very popular to talk about how what our parents didn't do, but we never put the onus on what have you done in the past 5 years? Have you kept a steady job?
How are you guys doing? This is Ericka from the Classy Climb blog. Listen, I know this year has kicked some of you right in the pants, but we don't have to sit down and take this lying down. At the end of the day, what we can do here is fight back. You have to design your digital life. Many people out there know the power of the internet, know the power of social media, know the power of Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, but don't know the steps in order to organize themselves to win. How do you get on there, get leads, get customers, and win? Well, that's what I'm putting together this course for. It's for those of you who want to have a digital footprint and dominate. Listen, in these years of 18 to 24 months, we don't know whether we're going to be in the house or out the house. Let's get you where you want to be, near your family, near your friends, in a safe location, and still making money daily. Let's not give up because of the news, of the lack of support from friends and family. You can do this.
Have you applied to have a home mortgage? And you see it time and time again when Matt, the mortgage guy, all these people start running ads on the radio and the internet. All of a sudden people are like, oh, I can buy a home for real with 3% down. And then the NACA program, put NACA on the screen, Peter, NACA program. Our good friend to the channel, Andre, out of Chicago, not Andre Hatchett, but Andre out of Chicago, Renaissance 125 on Instagram. He talks about the NACA program. Now, do I feel like the NACA program is extremely slow? Do I feel like the USDA program and VA programs are extremely slow? They are slow, baby. But guess what? There's a house out there for you that you could get with those programs. Right? Every city almost has a down payment assistance program. We even bought Kendra Barnes, we'll put it in the description, showing you different cities and states down payment assistance program for $1. She just put together little reports for $1. That's it. But here's the problem. When you have people who come from two-parent homes tell you the blueprint, we don't want to hear it. What's Steph Curry's blueprint? He's been married. He ain't got no scandals. He don't got a bunch of random kids out there. One wife, kids. You may not like his wife, but the reason y'all don't like her is because it's consistency. It's consistency. It's a very simple blueprint, and you are refusing to take responsibility for adulthood and do the blueprint. So when we hear the cries all day that the boomers have all the wealth, these daggone boomers, they failed us. So they failed you for you not to get married and you not buy a house. That's how they failed you. At some point, we have to take a sense of responsibility here. And at some point, our community, instead of shunning people like me, and I'll even do a screenshot of this guy right here, Carlton Dennis, he don't even talk to white black people. He doesn't even talk to black people. He's in California, him and his brothers. I think he has like 5 brothers. I mean, if you go click on his Instagram, you may be able to go see it. They have 5 black brothers and a black mom and dad married in California. And they ain't dealing with us. All the brothers, I think, is married to, if I'm not mistaken, I ain't gonna try to be disrespectful, to Latino women or something to that effect. It don't matter. I mean, I just want you to understand that when you see brown folks out here, they out here doing it, coming from two-parent family homes, we just aren't listening to them. They're not the most popular person we want to hear, right? They just aren't, right? Again, there's his wife, but we can literally show his whole family, right? All the brothers, the mom, 5, I think it's 5 brothers, right? So again, what happens? We don't want to hear from them. We don't want to hear from the children of two-parent homes, because when they tell you the blueprint, you don't like it because it's too simple. It's boring. It's consistent. It requires responsibility. We're growing a generation of people that hate responsibility. Peter put on the screen the book shot, The Vanishing American Adult. Vanishing American Adult book. This is a good book because it just brings up a lot of great stuff. And you go here on Black Twitter, Black Interview. These are anecdotal, Ericka. These aren't anecdotal. These are real life scenarios. You just don't like the answer. All right. So again, 52% of all African American folks live in the suburbs and rural areas. We out here, we exist. You just don't like the answer, right? You just don't like the answer. You rather focus on the hip hop, the shiny, the watches, the everything else, other than what works for every other generation and every other group of people. During the pandemic, marriage rates went up except the Black community. Period. So I get it. They're saying, well, Ericka, they got to do this, they got to do that. 9 times out of 10, they got to make more money. Most of majority of our issues can be solved with money. The majority of reasons why people divorce, 80% of reasons why people divorce are money, financial reasons. Okay. So again, as a child, two-parent home, as a child, military folks, as a family member of cops and military folks who've just simply just one house a year, one little cheap house in Fayetteville, one land little lot, 10K land lot, put a trailer on it, rent it out. Very simple, very consistent process. Anyways, you guys, this is your girl Ericka from the Classy Clown blog. I hope I didn't offend everybody with this one, but it is what it is. Y'all do not want to hear from those of us who have good backgrounds. So anyways, you guys, this is your girl Ericka. Have a great night.